The Medina of Tunis lies in the old part of the Tunisian capital, Tunis. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The old city contains some 700 monuments, including palaces, mosques, mausoleums, Islamic schools, and fountains dating from 698 AD. It attracts visitors from all corners of the globe. Adnan Shuashi tells us more about it.
In 1979, UNESCO declared the Medina of Tunis a World Heritage Site. The Director of Conservation of the Medina of Tunis at the prestigious National Heritage Institute says the old city is largely intact. The expert also explains that the Medina's urban fabric, with its different components, such as souks or markets, monuments, as well as residential areas, make it one of the best conserved ancient Medinas in the world.
The architectural landscape of the Medina of Tunis is rich with historical sites and buildings which reflect the different architectural styles of the civilizations that ruled over the city. The Andalusian, Maghribian and Italian influences are the most important ones characterizing the Medina. This unique city is a mixture of architectural arts and the imprint of several civilizations.
The Zaytuna Mosque is the pillar of the old city. It has 160 columns brought from the ruins of the old city of Carthage. The mosque is the oldest in the capital city Tunis and covers an area of 5,000 square meters. This major mosque at the center of the old Medina is a masterpiece of architecture. It has the imprints of pre-Islamic art, like Roman sculptures and Christian art, in addition to Islamic art.
The Medina of Tunis was built around the great Zaytuna Mosque. The mosque played three different and important roles throughout history. It's a religious and spiritual center for prayers and faith. It also played a role of protection and defense during invasions which came from the sea. The mosque protected the population. It was also a center for science and knowledge. It's the first Islamic and religious university in Africa.
The Medina is protected by its double row of walls and 24 gates. Only 5 gates have survived the test of time. Bab Bahar, or the Gate of the Sea, reminds residents of the era when the waves of the Mediterranean reached the old city and knocked on its doors.
The Gate of the Sea is well known because it has a European and Mediterranean dimension. Bab Bahar is also called the Gate of France because it opens directly onto the Avenue of France and the Avenue Bourguiba. It was since the Middle Ages the promenade of the navy and caravanserai of European powers represented in Tunis.
At the early 19th century, the city of Tunis exported more than 500,000 shashiyas to all the Mediterranean basin, especially to Arab and Muslim countries. This boutique belongs to the Blayish family. Their ancestors worked in the same place more than 300 years ago.
This place is very special in particular because it embodies at the same time a tangible cultural heritage with its shops and the souk, as well as an intangible heritage because of its craftsmanship. One should not renounce his past, but rather build on it in order to grow by showcasing and protecting heritage.
During the height of its civilization, the old city of Tunis was viewed by scholars, travelers and merchants as a link between the Maghreb region in North Africa, the Mediterranean basin and the East. Medina of Tunis has always welcomed exchanges of influences in the field of arts and architecture. Historians say the old city bears testimony of the time when Tunis was among the greatest and wealthiest cities in the Arab world from the 12th to the 16th century. Adnan Shuashi, CGTN, Tunis.